everyone, welcome back to my channel Rise with English featuring Garima, and today we will be learning about few more types of pronouns. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So the first, or you can say this video is first, but overall the fifth type of pronoun is the relative pronoun. What are relative pronouns now? We will understand it with the help of an example. Here you can see there are three girls and their name is Tina. Tina 1, Tina 2, Tina 3, you can say this. So there are three girls in a class and their name is Tina. Now what has happened? These two boys are talking. Adi said to Amey what he said. Let us all listen. That Amey, you know, Tina is my sister. Amey said, Tina? Tina who? There are three girls in the class and their name is Tina. So Tina who? So Adi said that Tina has long hair. Tina is my sister. What he said, let us read again. Tina has long hair. Tina is my sister. What he did here, he again used the noun Tina two times. There must be any pronoun which will help us in replacing this repetition. So yes, we can modify this sentence with the help of the relative pronoun. What is that? Tina, who has long hair, is my sister. Here, what we have done, we have replaced Tina with the pronoun who. So what we have done, here we have used words for nouns to express functions relating to who, which, that, whose, whom. So what are relative pronouns? Relative pronoun is a pronoun related to that noun that is placed before us. Tina, who has long hair, is my sister, right? We have used who. So there you can see that a noun is placed before that word who. Examples are there: who, whose, that, which, whom. Now let us study who in a little bit detail. We use who for person or people. You know this very well. And we use which for non-living thing. I hope you know this. That we use who for person or people. That's for living thing. And for which we use for non-living thing. So who always replaces the subject noun. Subject, predicate, object, you know this. Who always, if you don't know this, do let me know in the comment box. I'll make a separate video about it. So who always replaces the subject noun. How? Let us see. The man has just entered the room. He's my best friend. He is my best friend. He's the pronoun here. Okay. So what we are doing, we have one more use of who. How we can replace this he? He is the subject over here. How we can replace the subject he? The man who has just entered the room is my best friend. In this way, we have used who here, and who is again a relative pronoun here. And again I repeat, what are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are the pronouns that are placed after the noun or used. Nouns are placed before the relative pronoun, and that pronoun is expressing the noun replaced before it. Let us proceed. Now I have indefinite pronoun. That is the next type of a pronoun. What are indefinite pronoun? We will again understand it with the help of an example. Here you can see a Christmas party is going on, right? Everyone had a great time at the Christmas party. Everyone. We are not specified with someone. We are not specified with any particular person. So what is indefinite pronoun? Everyone here refers to a person. Who? We don't know. Here the word everyone is referring to a person. We haven't used particular person. So here everyone is working as a pronoun. Why? Because it is not referring to any particular person or a specific person, but yes, to someone in general. You may speak any paragraph or any speech written by you. So here the word any is referring to any paragraph, not a specific one. So here any is, what any is doing is referring to a paragraph and not a specific paragraph, but someone, something in general. So here the word you can say for indefinite: any, somebody, nobody, several, each, and others and another. All these are indefinite pronouns. Let us proceed. Here you can see somewhere, someone, somebody, some. If you want to know that someone is for people, something is for things, somewhere is for places, anyone is for people, anything is for thing, anywhere for places. So these all are indefinite pronouns. Because why? Because we are not referring to any particular or a specific person or a thing. We are talking about in general. Okay. Now again we have one more type of pronoun, that is reflexive pronouns. Reflexive. By the name you can relate it with that science term reflect, reflection, reflexive. Now what is it? Reflexive. Reflexive pronoun is a word ending with self or selves that refers the noun or a pronoun that is subject and object of the both. So what is reflexive pronoun? Words used in the form of personal pronoun for emphasis. For personal pronoun for emphasis. What does it mean? See, here you can see I have given a code that it will end with self or self. It has happened sometimes, like we are using any word like Anu has made cake for Anu. For example, this is the sentence that Anu has made cake for Anu. So can I say Anu has made that cake for herself or himself? Anu can be a girl or a boy, whosoever is there. Anu has made that cake for himself. Can you say that? So here the word himself is replacing the noun or a pronoun, is replacing the noun Anu. So here the word himself is the reflexive pronoun. Examples are there: myself, ourselves, himself, yourself, themselves. Okay. Now here you can see Jack introduced Jack to his friend's parents. Jack introduced Jack to his friend's parents. Jack is that same person who has introduced. Okay. So what we can do? Jack introduced himself to his friend's parents. Simple. Simple. So what is reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun are the words used as forms of personal pronoun for emphasizing our own self or that noun only who is speaking. Okay, let us proceed. Distributive pronouns. What are distributive pronouns? Distributive. By the word you can say we have distributed one by one in a sequence or in a numbers, right? It refers to a person or a thing one by one. Actually, it is used for individuals or objects, referring to them one at a time. Referring to them as one at a time. Okay. Now they are singular and should be followed by singular verbs. Is a singular verb. Okay. R is not at all a singular one. So they are singular and they must be followed by any singular verb. Okay. We have an example with us. Let us see. Each of the two sisters is staying here. Either of the two sisters is staying here. You can say either is there and is also there. So here what I was saying earlier, that it should be followed by a singular verb, that is. And either here is the distributive pronoun. Why it is a distributive pronoun? Because here either is referring to a noun, that is girl. Okay, sisters are there. Either is referring to a noun, that is girl. So what it is doing? It is referring to the noun, that is girl. So what is the duty of either? Now it is a pronoun. So here why it is a pronoun? Because why it is a distributive pronoun? Because here we are referring either to girls one by one, either of this or that. Okay, we are referring to girls one by one. Here are few more examples of it, like either, neither, each, every, no, none, anymore, etc. These all are reflexive pronouns. Now we have our last, that is reciprocal pronouns. What are reciprocal pronouns? Reciprocal. You have heard this term in maths if you are a math student. Reciprocal. Now by the name reciprocal, you can imagine yes, it can be that thing or this thing, right? So pronouns used to point out mutual relationship. Mutual relationship. What kind of a mutual relationship? Both the brothers love each other. Sam loves Ram and Ram loves Sam. Okay, I have this sentence with me, or an example you can say that Sam love Ram and Ram loves Sam. Can I say Ram and Sam love each other? Each other. What each other, this word each other has done here? Each other has replaced Ram and Sam, right? Each other has replaced Ram and Sam. So here, what is each other? Each other is a reciprocal pronoun. Each other, one another, they both are reciprocal pronouns. Here you can see this is a lady, okay? This lady helped this lady. Rita helped Sia and Sia helped Rita. Fine, Rita helped Sia and Sia helped Rita. Can I say Ria and Sia helped each other? Can I say this? Yes. So what is the duty of each other here? Each other has replaced the noun Rita and Sia. So here each other is a reciprocal pronoun. Now one more thing to keep in mind is that when we talk about two person, we will use each other. When we talk about three or more than 3%, we will use one another. There is always a confusion that we should use each other or we should use one another. So when we talk about 2%, we will use each other, and when we talk about three or more than 3%, we will use the word, the pronoun, the reciprocal pronoun, that is one another. So I hope you all have understood the pronouns very well. If yes, do like my video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and do share with your friends. Thank you so much.